This is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and this is the GoPro Hero 13, and we're going to be comparing the two cameras to see which one is the best. So let's start now. Alrighty, so firstly, shout outs to the team over at Insta360. Thank you guys so much for the partnership / collaboration, and on top of that, for sending me over this Ace Pro 2, an SD card alongside with it, and a multi-mount that I'm currently using to hold the camera right now. And with that being said, please take a look at the description. You'll find a coupon code as well as a link to a variety of different Insta360 products. Use those links and use the code. You'll get yourself a discount if you want to buy anything Insta360 related, whether that's the X5 or the Ace Pro 2. Take a look, use those links. It'll help out the channel, it'll help out Insta360, and it'll help out you too as well. And with that being said, let's go back to the video. Alrighty, so now we're going to be going over the audio quality for the GoPro Hero 13. This is what I sound like with the base audio. There's no external microphone connected via Bluetooth or anything. This is simply the base audio internally for the GoPro Hero 13. This audio quality does have voice enhancement, so listen to me now and that's exactly what you get. And now we're going to be comparing this with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Alrighty, so this is the audio quality for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. To let y'all know right now, I am using voice enhancement on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. This is what I sound like on this camera, and to be completely frank with you, I sound a little better on this camera versus the GoPro Hero 13, so that's definitely something to think about if you're buying yourself either camera. Okay, so now we're back on the GoPro Hero 13 and we're going to talk about resolution and video quality. So we're currently shooting on 4K 30 frames per second, and this is the standard video. There's no color grading involved, 10-bit, 8-bit, or any of that any kind. I think the camera quality isn't too bad, but to be frank with you, the competitors have a slight edge on this sort of front, so it's definitely something to think about for sure. But if you do end up picking this camera out of the three, I don't think it's the worst idea at all. GoPro's been around for a while, so again, it's just something to think about, but this is the resolution and quality. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention too as well is that we're currently shooting on HDR mode, especially in outside settings for the GoPro Hero 13 with standard. HDR is recommended. Alrighty, so now we're on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and this is the standard resolution. There's no color grading involved. This is basically when you pick up the camera, you point and shoot, and you click on standard for the visual video quality. This is what you see and what you get, and to be honest, I think it's a bit better, and there's more space around it too as well. And I'll get into that right now actually. And of course, with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, there's also HDR mode on as well, and even with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, if you're outside, it is recommended to have HDR. All the colors simply just look a lot better. Alrighty, so now we're on the GoPro Hero 13. I'm currently shooting on wide depth. I think it looks the best sort of for vlogging in this kind of atmosphere and scene. And on top of that, we are on hyper smooth. We're actually going to be testing out stabilization. First off, I'm going to jump right now. Everything looks pretty good, but we'll quickly go back to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 and do a little more test in regards to that. Alrighty, so we're back on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. We're currently shooting on D-Warp at the minute right now, and we are currently on standard stabilization as well. We're going to do a quick jump test, and then after we'll do some more additional tests, so let's jump now. Okay, cool, so we'll hop back on the GoPro Hero 13 and do some more additional tests. Alrighty, so this is the GoPro Hero 13. We're doing a little bit of a walk test. I'm going to go ahead and jump right now. Like I mentioned before, we are on hyper smooth. Everything looks pretty good for what it's worth. So this is what you get out of the GoPro Hero 13 while walking and going straight. Alrighty, so now we're on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. And like I mentioned before, standard stabilization. This is what the camera looks like when you're just walking forward. And also we're gonna do a little bit of a jump right now. I think everything looks really stable, and I would recommend this, to be honest, over the GoPro Hero 13. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about GoPro Hero 13 and Insta360 Ace Pro 2 storage. So on the GoPro Hero 13, you do need an external SD card in order to start recording. There's no internal storage, and as well on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, there is no internal storage, so you also do need an SD card to be able to point and shoot and go. Alrighty, so now we're going to be testing out the photo quality for the GoPro Hero 13. I got like a cool spot right over here, so we'll take a photo of this area now. Okay, so now we're gonna hop over to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. By the way, this camera does have a 50 megapixel photo camera in itself, and it's really high quality. We're gonna take a photo of what's in front of us like we did before with the GoPro Hero 13. So we're gonna go ahead and try that right now. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the UX UI of the GoPro Hero 13. So when you activate the menu, click on buttons and all of that, I do find that it's a little older in terms of tech. Just like when I took the photo just now, I took the photo and it took a while for it to load, and that can kind of be inconvenient and a hassle. In 2025, when your competitors take photos and it instantaneously loads, the screen's a little small in terms of the bezels. You do see yourself on the side here, which is quite nice, but like when you navigate through the screen and stuff like that, the haptic feedback or when you press something doesn't always press instantaneously, and like scrolling through things is a little slow. So it feels like this camera is, though the newest model, the GoPro Hero 13, it feels like it's a little blast from the past, like tech that should be in 2018 or 19, kind of like this. If you want to compete with sort of your competitors GoPro Hero 13, I think you should, in my honest opinion, fix over the quality of your haptic feedback and make your tech a little newer and make the screens a bit nicer, to be honest with you. And now we're going to be talking about the UX UI of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I think this UX UI is really good. It's super clean and navigating through the menu is a breeze, and it's so aesthetically pleasing and nice. I think it's really designed to make it easy. So if you're a beginner vlogger or filmer and such, I think it's really easy to just simply pick up this camera. It responds super quickly and efficiently. Yeah, I have all my ratings for the system. You'll see everything in the B-roll and such. It just looks really clean, screen's really bright, and you know when you're recording and you don't, and there's just so much to it that's really absolutely great. So I would definitely give the UX UI rating over to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the build quality for the GoPro Hero 13, and I did forget to mention before, but we are shooting on 16:9. Also, the build quality for the GoPro Hero 13 is pretty good, I'd say. Like I mentioned before, I don't like how the screen's a bit smaller. The bezels aren't completely covering the whole camera in itself. It's like kind of like the in-between size between the three cameras. I'm sure you can soak this camera underwater and stuff. It's still great for what it's worth, but again, like the tech is a little old-fashioned for my liking. It feels like reminiscence of the past, and if you want to get yourself into 2025, I wouldn't recommend this camera, but if you want to submerge yourself with this camera underwater and do all that stuff, this will still work. But in terms of pricing, like I almost think you should just get the other cameras at this point for what you get out of it, but that's just my personal opinion. But overall, the build quality is pretty decent. Also, to touch on build quality as well, I forgot to mention, I think whenever you want to get access to the battery, the SD card, and the Type-C slot, I think the function to open the camera in itself and get access to it is a bit hard when it doesn't need to be necessarily, and it's a little outdated on that front compared to the other two cameras where you can just simply slide it off and it's smooth and that's that. Clamping onto the camera is pretty easy though in terms of adapting to all of your accessories, but yeah, these are my thoughts for the GoPro Hero 13. Alrighty, so now we're back on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and just to preface too as well, we are shooting on 16:9, as I mentioned before, standard quality. In terms of the build quality, this is definitely a tank of a camera for sure. I do love being able to flip the screen backwards and seeing yourself. I'll always know whenever I'm in frame, just because the camera is like so big and you can easily see it. Again, this is a very beginner friendly vlogging camera. Standard mode is absolutely fantastic and great. On top of that, you can also submerge this camera underwater and things like this, but I would just put a cap on the microphone just in case. 360 doesn't provide that, but otherwise, yeah, I think if you drop this camera, you're not breaking it anytime soon. It's a total tank, and the UX UI for it is great because you can see sort of like if you're recording, and if you flip over the screen, you can also see it too as well. It is the biggest camera out of the three, but I think in all good reason because you can fit this humongous screen, which is very handy, especially if you're vlogging. And on the other hand, for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, I think it's super easy to get to all of your side things. So when I say side things, I mean access to the battery. It's really easy and super quick to do that, as well as getting to your Type-C slot, as well as the SD card slot. It's made to be easy. There's definitely a night and day difference in order to get into those certain sections, and to be honest, you already know. You know what to choose. And also in terms of clamping on to your accessories, it is pretty simple with the Insta360 2 as well, Ace Pro 2. Clamp it on, and then I'm able to use this multi-mount pretty successfully, and yeah, it's super easy overall. And again, I would highly recommend this camera. It's not even like from a bias perspective, like genuinely, I think it's just a better camera if you're starting out filming, or even if you're experienced veteran. I think the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 is an overall great camera, 100%. Okay, now we're going to be talking about the GoPro Hero 13 app. So it's called Quick, and then essentially you can download it and then you can kind of assess and see all of your clips and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, if you're shooting on standard like I am right now, you can simply just plug in your GoPro Hero 13 to your computer, or just take out the SD card and put into your computer, upload the files into your editing software, and then you should be good from there. In terms of color grading, you can't color grade right off the app. If you want to use like 10-bit on the GoPro Hero 13 and color grade, you're going to have to do that via your editing software. Sure, like GoPro has LUTs that they provide you, but other otherwise, yeah, the quick app is decent, but I do have my thoughts for the Insta360 app as well. Okay, so for the Insta360 end, I do like the app in itself. Ironically, it is called Insta360. The very cool thing is that you can download it on your phone or on the PC. You can choose whichever which way. To preface to as well, although we're shooting on standard for fairness, you can also color grade too directly on the application, whether it's PC or on the app. I think that's also a great feature too as well. I think exporting and downloading is also really good on the Insta360 app, and you can sort of edit the video in itself too as well, or the photo. I think the UX UI of the design of the app is great, so I would recommend it. Okay, I think that's essentially it for the video. Again, if you haven't already, take a look at the coupon code as well as the link in the description down below. If you want to get yourself an X5 or an Ace Pro 2 or any of that sort, I would highly recommend you guys click the link. You can get yourself a little bit of a discount. It helps out not only me, it helps out Insta360, and it can even help out yourself if you do plan on buying the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 or the X5 or whatever camera it may be under the line of Insta360. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. So with that being said, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, and we'll see you again, and bye-bye.